This is bad. This is like really bad. I mean, comparing to other asymmetrical games that I played, none of them had this kind of shit right in the like. It's been how long has it been since the game was released? Like 1 month, like right in the first month or second month, whatever of this game, and you're already dealing with this kind of stuff. Like this is bad. Well, they released the prices for all future content, DLC content, everything they're gonna be adding into this game's future, in Texas Chainsaw Massacre future, and it's bad. Like I just like comparing. I'm just comparing the prices to like the prices in other asymmetrical multiplayer games because that's what I'm gonna be comparing here. I'm gonna be mostly comparing this like to games like Dead by Daylight, Predator Hunting Grounds. Anyway, guys, we're gonna compare it to Friday. By Friday, I think that the only one that was really expensive was the Savini Jason, but it was like I get it, like what, but it was like more of a something for people to donate it before the game was released. But then they were selling codes for like a really crazy price, and like they only had like emotes or new kills, but it was usually shipped, you know, like the. But in this one, like, okay, let's talk about like first Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight prices usually, at least considering like how much it costs in my country, most of them are like $4 to be honest, like sometimes $6, and you get a whole new killer, a whole new survivor. They like I think survivors are all the same shit. In Dead by Daylight, they are all the same thing. They come up with new perks that you can use on either, but they don't offer anything new gameplay wise. While with the killers, they are unique. They have their own abilities. They're just like a completely new character. So Dead by Daylight, the most we can get is like $6. But you get a survivor, a killer, new perks. Like killer is completely unique. I mean, for the most part, I mean they have similarities with each other, but they are unique. Predator Hunting Grounds. The most expensive one that we had was the last one, the AVP Predator Pack, in which it was 3 new classes, which they are a little bit different from each other. I mean, the Predator classes they're not that different from each other, but they do have some differences here and there. And specifically, these last 3 in the last pack, the 3 ones, they are quite different from each other in regards to some of the stats. They function kind of different. They look very similar because they are from the same movie. They have the same look pretty much, but they are like 3 new classes, and they costed, I think, was $10 actually, around $10. So in Predator Hunting Grounds, the most expensive thing that we had was a pack with 3 new Predator classes that costs us $10. That's the price that is gonna be now in this game for a single victim or a single new family member. Like, and like, it's just overpriced. This is exactly what the game didn't need right now. The game needed right now crossplay back, please. Like, because on PC, like, you guys are penalizing and just banning the whole PC community because of like 3, 4, 5 hackers that are just bothering people. And I played against hackers in this game. I have like videos of me playing with those guys. Like, it's just like a single few players that are using hacks in this game, but you decide instead of like banning those guys, which we have like recorded footage of those guys using it, because this company cannot, these developers, they cannot like do this properly and just ban the hackers. They are just taking out on banning the entire PC community of crossplay. Oh, that sucks. But that's what the game actually needed right now, not overpriced DLCs, because like this is just gonna keep people from playing this game. Like, people are gonna say to me, "Oh, just don't buy them if you are not interested." Yeah, I won't buy. I was surely like this new Letterface skin for $16. I mean, the characters, at least the characters here for $10. They're probably gonna come up with like new abilities. It's gonna be like a whole new character, a whole new victim with a new ability, a new ultimate ability, a new family member with new abilities. Like, sure, that's one thing. Like, it's like a whole new character. But like, it's funny because what they call the premium content, this skin costs more than the actual characters that actually bring something new to the gameplay. Or the character skin, like they could have like made like a different a Letterface with different abilities, maybe, I don't know, just something different, just like a secondary Letterface class. Because like I said, in Predator Hunting Grounds we have like different Predator classes with different stats. They could have made like a different Letterface class, but well, whatever. Overpriced. This is not what the game needed right now. People are already complaining about a lot of stuff. We already have like people complaining about stuff into the balance, people complaining about like other stuff like bugs in the game that are still active, hackers, the lack of crossplay, and like instead of focusing on fixing those things, they're like, oh, we're not gonna fix your problems. We're just gonna now give us $16 for a new skin. That's like the approach that they are doing here, and it's really sad. I know that game developers have become very greedy over the last years, like the game industry with the microtransaction things, with the pay to win content. Oh, and pay to win. Like, I'm pretty sure these characters, like, they might be a little too strong, like the victim and the family, because otherwise, like, they have to give like an incentive to be able to buy this character. So they might make it a little OP, but like they did in like other asymmetrical multiplayer games, they make a new character that is DLC overpowered at the start, and then they after a few weeks people complain, and then they nerf it, and then the people that bought it, I only bought it because this character had good stats, and now you guys nerfed it, so like, and some problem that is gonna happen in this game that doesn't happen in other games, like if you want to play as a new killer in Dead by Daylight, you just choose the killer that you play and then you get a match and that's it. In this game, like you're playing with two other players also playing as the killer. When you get into a lobby, it's gonna be a fight for whoever is gonna be able to pick the new killer. So when the new killer comes up, everybody's gonna want to play as the new killer. But until you can find a lobby that you can like have a chance of playing as the new killers, that is not gonna be like everyone trying to play as the new killers, because people are very selfish. Gamers are very selfish in this game. I already seen it because of the amount of lobbies in which we needed a Letterface, and nobody's willing to play Letterface. Sometimes I play Letterface. My Letterface is maxed. I don't really have a reason to play Letterface, like comparison to the other ones. But sometimes when I'm just in public matches, I'm like, okay, maybe I should play Letterface. I already played one match as Hitchhiker, one match as Johnny, one match as Cook. Not much as Sissy, because ever since she was nerfed, I'm like, not gonna bother with that, especially since the game is victim-sided. So, nah, not even gonna bother with Sissy, not that she's the weakest one. And Johnny also got nerfed, but, well, like, so sometimes we have to take turns on who are the killers, but some people don't care. They just want to play as one killer, and they get into a lobby. Like, sometimes I'm playing as Hitchhiker, my friend is playing as the Cook, and we're waiting for the Letterface. And then someone joins the match, and he chooses Sissy, and he presses ready, and he doesn't want to play as Letterface. It's just like, we have people holding the lobbies hostage, not be able to start match. So we're having this kind of behavior even now, with having these fights to whoever is gonna pick up Letterface, because people don't want to play as Letterface and whatever, because Letterface is forced. Or if you want to play as one specific killer, and there is another player that also wants to play as the killer, the match is not gonna start, because some people are just, they are very selfish and want to hold the lobby hostage until they can get to play as the character that they want, instead of just leaving the lobby and looking for another. Because that's what I do. If I'm like, oh, I want to level up my Hitchhiker, I'm gonna get into a lobby. If I cannot play as the Hitchhiker, I just quit the lobby instantly and look for another one. Or I can just like, okay, I'm just gonna play as another killer because I just want to play, you know? Just give it to other players a chance to play as the Hitchhiker instead of me. That's one thing. But like when the new killer comes out, like everybody's gonna play with him. You won't be even be able to play with him as often. That's the thing. Like you're gonna want to play as your new killers that is gonna cost $10. The most pricey character, like new class that we had in asymmetrical multiplayer game as of now. More pricey than any Predator, any new killer that was added in Dead by Daylight or Predator Hunting Grounds. Like much more pricey than that. And you won't even be able to play it as often, because like it's gonna be a fight in the lobby. So you're gonna buy the new character, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass to be able to, you know, get a match with him. So this is sad. Premium content like garbage, like $16. This is more than I actually paid for the whole game. The whole game that I bought, I think, was like $15, $14, because pre-ordering they had a discount. So it's a skin that it costs more than the actual game. What the fuck? The characters overpriced, but at least they bring something new. Executions for $7, like, it better be like 2 executions for each killer. So then you're gonna have like 10 new executions, like an execution pack. I like it. They better be good ones, because the new execution in the premium content, the new Letterface skin, not impressed. Really not impressed. I think the whole thing is just bad for me. Like I wouldn't. I think that even if it was like $3, it would be too much for me, because I don't think the skin looks that good. Chainsaw like skin, like whatever. New execution also not that good. So like things are just so overpriced now. Like the gaming developers are so greedy. Cosmetics, clothing, weapons, that stuff is fine. Like it's like that's really like not something that affects much the gameplay. And like whatever, like Dead by Daylight has a lot of stuff like that, and it doesn't really bother me if people want to make new skins or whatever. But $5, like $5, it should be like the price for a whole new character. I think that everything here is overpriced. Premium content, characters, execution, cosmetic, everything is just way too much. And now the free content, you know, maps, which I mean that's the least. That's still like the least, because imagine charging for maps, then that would like destroy the matchmaking, because people with DLC would have like their own matchmaking system, because which is gonna include the new maps. You will only be able to play with the new maps with other people that also bought the new maps. That would just like make this miserable, because game is not in a good road right now. It's losing players. People are just going back to play other games, stopping to play this game because of problems. If especially on PC, the player base is decreasing, and without crossplay, I don't think this is gonna last very long. Unfortunately, it is a shame. I'm enjoying this game, but things are just not looking very good for this game right now, and it's happening so soon. Like the game barely came out, and they are already making so much bad mistakes into the future content. You know, I don't remember, like, I didn't play Dead by Daylight or Friday at launch, so I cannot, like, really compare. In Predator Hunting Grounds at launch in the first years, sure, they are making, like, pretty much, like, patches, like, every month, every 2 months, and it was mostly, like, DLCs, yeah. But they are, like, constantly adding, like, other free stuff that was actually good. New maps, new weapons, new gear, mostly fighting, because Predator never got new gear. But they're, like, even Predator Hunting Grounds, which was a mess of a game made by a shit company called iPhonic, even those guys, they had a better year overall in regards to like paid content, because they're like, let's make just new classes be paid content, and let's just add new weapons and new characters. Like, sure, they gave early access for people that bought the DLC, but they're like, they're adding better like new content into the game into the first year. If the first year is already being like this, like, I don't, this game, I don't think, like, I give it like new content maybe like 2 years max for this game. Like, that's it. I don't think there's gonna be like that much, because even like new killers are not even free. The new killers are you're gonna have to buy for them. You're gonna have to buy them. They might be like overpowered. People might quit on you for using a DLC character. That's like how things are. Like, some people already are quitting. If they see a hitchhike and a cook combo, they're gonna quit. Victims are gonna quit. If the killers see, oh, it's Slaughterhouse, which is the most victim-sided map, they quit. Imagine if they add DLC, pay-to-win DLCs into the mix. Like, I just don't think the way that this game is going with this, like, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people that, like, maybe if you guys are like, don't care, like, you guys are, some of you guys, sure, I can buy this. This is not gonna hurt my finances, you know. Like, I could buy like all the new stuff into this game. It's just like, I feel like it's just a ripoff, you know. It's just a ripoff, in my opinion. Like, it's not like the buying a skin for $16 is gonna hurt me. Like, I'm not gonna starve here at home. No, I have money for this. It's not the question about it. Oh, rich people can just buy this. It's not gonna be a problem for them. Whatever. It's just that this is a ripoff. This is clearly a ripoff, just a cash and grab, a move on their part. That is just my opinion on this. Like, I just think that it's just overpriced. It's just not a fair price. It is just not. And I mean, has a consumer, has a gamer, has a customer of playing video games, whatever, I just have to say my opinion on this. I mean, I don't have to buy it. Like, nobody has to buy it. It's a choice. We have the choice of buying this, but it's still in the same way that, like, they have their freedom to put whatever price they want on their product. I have the freedom to criticize it and just tell my opinion about it, and this is my opinion. It's a ripoff. No, at least, like, for some people on YouTube, some content creators, like some big YouTubers, it might be worth it for them, because they're gonna buy the new DLC and they're gonna make a video about it, and the video is gonna generate more money to the ad revenue than they actually cost it. I did this in Predator Grounds. Like, why do you guys think that in Predator Grounds I kept buying out the DLC? Because when I made a video showing the DLC, the video of the DLC will usually bring me more money than what the actual DLC costed for me. So for me, it was worth it to buy all the Predator DLC classes. For me, but for most of you, nah. I like to be honest about this stuff. I don't like, oh, let's just give the developers more money because they deserve it. Let's just be nice to the developers. Come on, it's not like they're gonna use this money on us. They just are being greedy and want money for themselves. Same thing with iPhone. People are like telling me back then, like, let's buy the DLC, because then if we buy more DLC for iPhone, they're gonna add new content, they're gonna make more maps, they're gonna add a new game mode. They never did anything. It just cash and grab DLC to just take easy money out of gamers.